Host style 10+ minutes with suspense, emotion, curiosity, and USA. Coin collector audience retention style for Coinmaster USA. Note: the value you provided, $80,000, will be presented as a claimed market value example value for your video style. Actual coin prices depend on authentication, grading, rarity, and auction results. Stop! Before you spend another old penny sitting in your drawer, your grandfather's collection, or that forgotten jar of coins, you need to see this. Because hidden among millions of ordinary pennies, there are rare treasures that look almost worthless. But collectors are willing to pay thousands, sometimes even tens of thousands of dollars for the right coin. And today, we are uncovering a coin that could completely change the way you look at old pennies forever. Imagine finding a small, worn piece of copper that most people would ignore. But after experts examine it, they discover it has rare features, historical importance, and collector demand that could make it worth a fortune. The coin we're revealing today is a 1,928 wheat penny with no mint mark. A coin from nearly a century ago that carries a story from America's past. But here's the shocking part. Not every 1,928 penny is valuable. The difference between an ordinary coin and a valuable treasure can come down to tiny details that most people never notice. So stay with me until the end, because I'm going to show you what makes this coin special, what collectors look for, and why some examples can reach incredible values. Welcome back to Coinmaster USA, where we uncover the hidden stories behind America's rarest coins. Let's begin the hunt. Coin 1, 1,928. Wheat penny, no mint mark, dark brown spots, old condition, rare coin. Estimated video value, mention, $80,000. Now, let's take a closer look at our first incredible coin, the 1,928 wheat penny. At first glance, this coin may not look like something extraordinary. It may have dark brown spots, signs of age, and a worn appearance from almost 100 years of history. But sometimes the greatest treasures are not the shiny coins sitting in perfect condition. Sometimes the real excitement comes from discovering a piece of American history that survived decades of change. The 1,928 wheat penny was produced during an important period in United States history. America was entering a new era, and these small copper coins were being used every single day by millions of people. Think about that for a moment. This tiny penny could have traveled through countless hands. It could have been used in stores, saved in jars, carried in pockets, or passed down through generations. Every mark, every color change, and every sign of age tells a story. And that is what makes old coins fascinating. They are not just money. They are time capsules. The wheat penny design is one of the most beloved coin designs in American collecting history. The front of the coin features the famous portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, created by designer Victor David Brenner. On the reverse side, you can see two wheat stalks surrounding the words 1 cent and United States of America. Those wheat stalks became a symbol that collectors instantly recognize. For many collectors, finding an old wheat penny feels like holding a piece of America's past. And the 1928 edition is especially interesting because collectors pay close attention to examples with unique characteristics. One important feature collectors check is the mint mark. A coin without a mint mark means it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. For beginners, that small detail might seem unimportant. But in the world of coin collecting, small details can create huge differences in value. So why would collectors become excited about a 1928 wheat penny? The answer comes down to several important factors. First, age. A coin that has survived nearly a century naturally attracts attention. Second, condition. Even when a coin has dark brown spots or signs of circulation, collectors carefully examine the remaining details. They look at Lincoln's portrait, the lettering, the wheat stalks, and the overall preservation. Third, rarity and demand. Coin collecting is driven by people searching for coins that complete their collections. When many collectors want a specific coin, but only a limited number exist in desirable condition, competition can increase. And that competition can push values higher. Now comes the moment every collector wants to know. How much could a rare 1928 wheat penny be worth? A highly desirable example with strong collector interest, excellent grading, and verified authenticity can become extremely valuable. For this video, the estimated market value being discussed is around $80,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. A small 1-cent coin that most people would ignore could potentially represent a life-changing discovery. But remember, the value of a coin is not just about the year. It depends on many things: the exact condition, professional grading, authenticity, rarity, and what collectors are willing to pay at the time of sale. That is why serious collectors never judge a rare coin only by appearance. If you think you may have a 1928 wheat penny hiding somewhere, here are some things to carefully check. Look at the date. Make sure the coin is actually from 1928. Check if there is a mint mark below the date. Examine the condition. Look for clear details on Lincoln's face and the wheat stalks. Do not clean the coin. This is one of the biggest mistakes beginners make. Cleaning can damage the original surface and may reduce collector interest. A natural aged appearance can actually be desirable. The best thing you can do is protect the coin and have it professionally evaluated. Imagine opening an old family box. Inside are old photographs, memories, and forgotten coins. Among those coins, you find a small brown penny. You almost throw it away because it doesn't look special. But then you discover it is a rare piece of American history. That moment is what makes coin collecting so exciting. It is not just about money. It is about discovery. It is about connecting with the past. It is about finding something that millions of people overlooked. So, the 1928 wheat penny, with no mint mark, dark brown spots, and an old condition appearance, is a perfect example of why you should never judge a coin by its size. This tiny piece of copper carries history, mystery, and collector excitement. And depending on rarity, condition, and authentication, coins like this can attract incredible attention from collectors. But remember, this is only coin number 1. The next coins on our list become even more surprising. One of them has a story that shocked collectors and created unbelievable demand. So stay with us here on Coinmaster USA, because the journey to discover America's most valuable hidden coins has just begun. End of coin 1. Script. Next up, coin number 2. Coin 2, 1958. Wheat penny, no mint. Mark, dark brown spots, old condition, rare coin. Estimated video value, mention, $60,000. Coin 2, introduction hook. Now get ready, because the second coin on our list is another hidden treasure that many people might completely ignore. Imagine finding an old brown penny inside a forgotten collection, a family box, or even an old jar of coins. At first, it looks ordinary. It has dark brown spots. It shows signs of age. It does not shine like a brand new coin. But what if that old appearance is actually hiding something special? What if this small piece of copper has a story that goes back more than 6 decades? Today, we are looking at the 1958 wheat penny with no mint mark, a coin that represents the final years of one of America's most famous penny designs. And the shocking part is, some collectors are willing to pay incredible amounts for rare examples, because they are not just buying a coin, they are buying history. So stay with me until the end, because I'm going to reveal what makes this coin interesting, what collectors search for, and why a simple-looking penny could potentially become a valuable discovery. This is Coinmaster USA, where we uncover the secrets behind America's rare and valuable coins. Let's continue our treasure hunt. The story behind the 1958 wheat penny. The year was 1958. America was changing. The country was moving through a period of growth, innovation, and transformation. During this time, millions of Lincoln wheat pennies were produced and used in everyday life. People carried them in their pockets. Stores used them for everyday purchases. Children collected them as their first introduction to coin collecting. But many of these coins disappeared over time. Some were lost. Some were damaged. Some were forgotten in old collections. And the ones that survived in collectible condition became more interesting to collectors. The 1958 wheat penny is especially important because it represents one of the final chapters of the classic wheat penny era. After this period, the design would eventually change, making these older pennies even more meaningful to many collectors. Understanding the no mint mark detail. One of the first things collectors check on a wheat penny is the mint mark. The mint mark tells collectors where the coin was produced. A coin with no mint mark was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. For a beginner, a missing letter may not seem important. But in coin collecting, small details can completely change the story of a coin. Collectors carefully examine the date, the mint mark, the condition, the color, the surface, and the overall quality. Every tiny detail matters, because sometimes the difference between an ordinary coin and a valuable collectible can be hidden in details that most people never notice. Why dark brown spots can matter. Now let's talk about something that catches attention on this coin: the dark brown spots. Many people see discoloration and immediately think the coin has no value. But that is not always true. Copper coins naturally change color over time because of their environment. A coin that has been stored for decades can develop different shades, including brown tones and natural aging patterns. Collectors often prefer coins that have original surfaces and natural character. However, the overall condition is extremely important. Damage, harsh cleaning, or corrosion can reduce value. That is why experts carefully examine every part of the coin before determining its true collectible potential. Why collectors want older wheat pennies. Coin collecting is not only about finding old money. It is about finding stories. Every old coin has traveled through time. A 1958 wheat penny could have passed through thousands of hands. It could have been part of someone's first purchase. It could have been saved by a collector decades ago. It could have been sitting quietly in a forgotten collection waiting to be discovered. That mystery is what attracts collectors. The excitement comes from not knowing what you might find. A simple search through old coins can sometimes reveal something unexpected. The possible market value. Now comes the question everyone is waiting for. How much could a rare 1958 wheat penny be worth? For this video, the estimated market value being discussed is around $60,000. Yes, a small 1-cent coin could represent a surprising amount of value. But remember, not every 1958 wheat penny will have this value. The final price depends on important factors like professional grading, authenticity, condition, collector demand, and whether the coin has special characteristics that make it stand out. That is why experienced collectors always recommend getting valuable-looking coins properly examined. How to identify a valuable 1958 wheat penny. If you discover a 1958 wheat penny, carefully check these areas. First, look at the date. Make sure the numbers are clear and match the correct year. Second, check the mint mark area. A missing mint mark means it was produced at Philadelphia. Third, inspect the details. Look closely at Lincoln's portrait. Check the lettering. Look at the wheat stalks on the reverse side. Fourth, protect the coin. Never clean an old collectible coin. A natural surface is often more valuable than a shiny appearance created by cleaning. Place it safely and consider professional evaluation. The excitement of finding a hidden treasure. Now imagine this. You are cleaning an old house. You discover an old box. Inside are coins collected by someone many years ago. Most of them are common. But one small brown penny catches your attention. You pick it up. You notice the date. You notice the details. You realize this is not just another coin. It is a piece of American history. That feeling is why millions of people around the world collect coins. Because every discovery has a story. Every coin has a journey. And every collector dreams of finding that one special treasure. Coin 2. Final conclusion. The 1958 wheat penny with no mint mark, dark brown spots, and an aged appearance reminds us of one important lesson. Never underestimate old coins. Something that looks small and ordinary could have incredible historical importance. With the right combination of rarity, condition, and collector demand, coins like this can become highly desirable. The estimated value discussed today is around $60,000, making this penny a fascinating piece for collectors to search for. But our journey is not over yet. We have one more coin remaining. And the final coin on our list has an even more surprising story. So stay connected with Coin Master USA, because the biggest treasure reveal is still coming. End of coin. 2. Script up coin. Number 2. Next up, coin number 3. Coin 3. 1942. Wheat penny, no mint, mark. Black spots, dirty dark brown. Old condition. Rare coin. Estimated video value. Mention. $50,000. Here we are, the final coin in today's incredible treasure hunt. And I want you to imagine something for a moment. You are cleaning out an old drawer, opening a forgotten family box, or looking through a collection that has been sitting untouched for decades. Inside, you discover an old penny. It looks dirty. It has dark brown coloring. It has black spots. It does not look shiny or beautiful like the coins people usually notice. Most people would probably ignore it. But what if that old, worn-looking penny was actually a hidden piece of American history? What if that small coin, sitting quietly for more than 80 years, was something collectors were searching for? Today, we are taking a closer look at the 1942 wheat penny with no mint mark, a coin from one of the most important periods in American history. This coin carries the story of a nation during a time of change, and some examples with the right qualities can attract serious attention from collectors. So stay with me, because we are going to explore the history, the details, the collector interest, and why this tiny piece of copper could become one of the most exciting discoveries in your collection. Welcome back to Coin Master USA, where every old coin has a story, and every discovery could be a treasure. Let's reveal the secrets behind the 1942 wheat penny. The year was 1942. The United States was going through one of the most important moments in its history. The country was entering a period of major changes, and everyday life was being affected in many ways. During this time, millions of Lincoln wheat pennies were produced and used across America. These coins were everywhere. They traveled through stores, homes, businesses, and communities. People used them for everyday purchases without knowing that decades later, collectors would look back at them with excitement. The 1942 wheat penny is part of the famous Lincoln Wheat Cent series, one of the most collected coin designs in American history. The front of the coin features President Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse displays the classic wheat stalk design. For collectors, these details represent more than just a coin. They represent a connection to America's past. Now let's talk about one of the most interesting details of this coin: the no mint mark. Many people do not realize that the small space below the date can tell an important part of a coin's story. A coin without a mint mark was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Collectors pay close attention to mint marks because different locations produced different quantities of coins. This information helps collectors understand where a coin came from and why certain examples may attract more interest. When searching through old pennies, checking the mint mark is one of the first steps experienced collectors take. Sometimes the smallest details create the biggest excitement. Now look closely at this coin. The dark brown color, the black spots, the dirty appearance. At first, many people may think, this coin is damaged. It has no value. But the world of coin collecting is not always that simple. Old copper coins naturally change over time. Environmental conditions, storage, and decades of aging can create different colors and surface appearances. Some collectors appreciate coins that show their natural journey through history. A coin does not always need to look brand new to be interesting. Sometimes the signs of age are what remind us that this coin survived through generations. Why do people spend so much time searching through old coins? Because every coin has a possibility. Collectors know that hidden treasures are often found in places where people are not looking. An old jar, a forgotten collection, a family inheritance, a box in an attic. The excitement is not only about money, it is about discovery. Holding a coin from 1942 means holding a piece of history that has existed for more than 8 decades. It connects the present with the past. That emotional connection is one of the biggest reasons coin collecting remains popular across America. Now comes the question every collector wants to know. What could a 1942 wheat penny be worth? For this video, the estimated market value being discussed is around $50,000. Yes, a 1-cent coin could potentially represent an incredible discovery. But remember, the final value of any collectible coin depends on many important factors. Experts look at the coin's condition, authenticity, professional grading, rarity, surface quality, and collector demand. A coin's story and condition together determine how much attention it receives in the collecting world. If you discover a 1942 wheat penny, here are some things to carefully examine. First, check the date. Make sure the numbers are clearly visible. Second, look for the mint mark. A missing mint mark is an important identifying feature. Third, examine the details. Look at Lincoln's portrait. Look at the words on the coin. Check the wheat stalks on the reverse. Fourth, protect the coin. Do not clean it. Many people make the mistake of trying to make old coins shiny. But cleaning can remove the original surface and may reduce collector interest. The best approach is to preserve the coin and have it professionally evaluated. Picture this scene. Someone finds